Hello, good evening students. Already we have learnt the design of lap winding. So this problem gives the design of wave winding. One problem we understand. A 4-pole 25 HP 500 volts 600 RPM series motor has an efficiency of 82%. The pole faces are square and ratio of pole arc to pole pitch is 0.67. Take B average equal to 0.55 Webers per meter square and AC 17,000 ampere conductors per meter. Obtain the main dimensions of core and particulars of suitable armature winding. So this is the problem. All of you take down the data in symbolic manner. So now output, it is given in HP, very first point we have to convert into kilowatt, and supply voltage is given 500 volts. Speed of the machine N, it is given 600 RPM, and it is the series motor I equal to IA, and efficiency is given 82%. Ratio of pole arc to pole pitch Xi, it is given 0.67. B average directly given 0.55 Webers per meter square. AC is also given. So you have to calculate the main dimensions of core and details of the armature side details and armature winding. So first you write down all the data, very details, then start with output coefficient. We know that output coefficient C naught equal to pi square B average into AC into 10 to the power of minus 3. So you substitute that B average AC into 10 to the power of minus 3. So we are going to get this value as 92.28. For DC motor, power developed in armature PA is approximately equal to P. So this is given 25 HP. Then very first step we have to convert into kilowatt by multiplying 0.746. So directly PA equal to 18.65 kilowatt. And also power developed in armature PA equal to C naught into D square Ln. So from the above expression calculate the D square L, that is volume of material required. D square L equal to PA divided by C naught into N. This value we are going to get 0.0202 meter cube. Call the equation number 1. For square pole face, we know that L equal to B, that is pole arc. Given that, directly you can go L divided by pole pitch. L divided by pole pitch equal to 0.67. Therefore, L equal to 0.67 times of pole pitch. Pole pitch is pi d by P. So you substitute the values except D. So finally we are going to get L equal to 0.5262 times of D. Call the equation number 2. Then as usual, by substituting L value in equation 1, so D cube equal to, we are going to get the expression. So finally D equal to cube root of that. So D equal to 0.337 meters. So once we found the value of D, then it is very easy to find L. L equal to 0.5262 times of D. You substitute, finally we are going to get L equal to 0.177 meter. It is also well known fact, power input equal to output divided by efficiency. So output, it is 25 into 0.746, it is in kilowatt. Efficiency is given 0.82, then we are going to get as 22.74 kilowatt. This is power input. So power input equal to V into I into 10 to the power of minus 3. It is in case of motor power input after determining the power input. This power input is also equal to supply voltage, supply current into 10 to the power minus 3. So this I may be determined 45.48 ampere. In series motor, the armature current and supply current both are equal because there is a absence of field current. So IA equal to 45.48 ampere. Since what is your logic? The given armature current is less than 200 ampere. After calculation of armature current, this value you can observe whether it is more than 200 ampere or less than 200 ampere. So now this value is less than 200 ampere, hence we can go for wave winding. Wave winding is preferred. If it is not satisfying, then we can go for lap winding. Now very easy, if it is less than 200 ampere, then number of parallel paths A equal to 2. Got the idea? Then we can go for wave winding. If wave winding is not suitable, then number of parallel paths are more in lap winding because A equal to P. That is the logic. Understand, sir? Therefore, specific magnetic loading B average equal to P pi divided by phi dl. Hence, from the above expression, it is possible to calculate flux per pole phi equal to B average into pi dl by P. Substitute all the values, then directly we are going to get 0.026 Webers. Then induced EMF E equal to phi Zn divided by 60 into P by A. You write the general expression. Now which type of winding is preferred? That is wave winding. Hence number of parallel paths A equal to 2. And one more thing, given motor is series motor, hence terminal voltage is equal to induced EMF. Terminal voltage equal to induced EMF because there is no drop considerations are not given, hence we can assume. By using the above induced EMF equation, it is possible to calculate total number of armature conductors. Z equal to E into A into 60 divided by phi NP. Substitute all the values directly, then Z equal to 962. Total armature conductors we are going to get 962. Then design of armature slots. It is already well known. The slot pitch should lies between 25 mm to 35 mm. Hence, you determine number of armature slots SA equal to pi d by slot pitch. General expression. Now, case number 1, when slot pitch equal to 15 mm, what are the number of slots? SA equal to 42. In similar fashion, when slot pitch equal to 35 mm, calculate the total number of slots. It comes around 30. So now we are having the logic. We are having the minimum value of slots and maximum value of slots. Hence, the selection of armature slots lies in between the range of 30 to 42. Now, we have selected winding is wave winding. For wave winding, the slots per pole should not be a multiple of pole pair. Clearly understand, sir, this point is very important. In previous lap winding, it should be a multiple of pole pair, but in wave winding, the slots per pole should not be a multiple of pole pair. Hence, we have to select odd numbers. And that is, first you determine pole pair. Pole pair equal to number of poles divided by 2. So, total number of poles are 4 divided by 2. So, finally, you are getting 2 pole pair. Hence, the number of slot should be an odd number. The number of slots should be an odd number because as per above statement. Hence, the allowable choice of slots are from minimum slots to maximum slots. You select odd numbers, that is 31, 33, 35, 37 and 41 are eligible. Next step, to reduce the flux pulsations and to avoid the dummy coils, the slots per pole arc should be an integer plus or half. The slots per pole arc should be an integer plus or minus half. The slots per pole arc is given by under pole arc. The slots per pole arc should be equal to pole arc divided by pole pitch into slots per pole, that is J equal to pole arc per pole pitch into slots. SA is the slots, P is the number of poles. So, this becomes pole arc to pole pitch, standard value is 0.67 times of SA divided by 4. 4 is number of poles. So, finally, this expression becomes 0.1675 times of SA. So, your duty, you go on for each number of slots, you go on the calculation of this value. For example, when SA equal to 31, what is the slot per pole arc? Should you calculate? That is 0.1675 times of 31. So, this value we are going to get as 5.19. In similar fashion, you proceed. When SA equal to 33, what is the value? Up to all values starting from 31 up to 41, you make the calculations. Then later on, you can observe which value you are going to get integer plus or minus half, that means 0.5. You can observe very clearly number of armature slots for 33 equal to 5.52. Again another one, number of armature slots equal to 39, we are going to get as 6.53. So, these two values are eligible. Sir, you can observe here 5.52 and 6.53. These two values are eligible. Therefore, let us choose an integer 6. Integer plus or minus half. It may be 1 plus value, 1 minus value. 6 plus half, 6.5. 6 minus half, it may be 5.5. So, this value may be 5.5 or may be 6.5. This condition exists again when armature slots equal to 33 or 39. Let the number of slots equal to 33. One value we have to select. Minimum number of coils. Next design. Minimum number of coils. So, first we have to calculate minimum value of coils required by using the expression C minimum equal to EP divided by 15. So, this gives 113. Then we are knowing the value minimum number of coils. Actual coils may be above this value. So, next you go for conductors per slot. Total number of conductors divided by total number of slots. So, 29.15 make the approximately near value 30. Then by using the expression actual number of coils C equal to half US, where U is coil sides per slot. Hence, for different U values, you calculate the number of coils. For example, when U equal to 6, that is coil sides per slot equal to 6, then number of coils C equal to, multiply that, half into 6 into 33. So, 99 we are going to get. In similar fashion, when U equal to 8, 132. when U equal to 10, 165. Choose the number of coils in such a manner the conductor per slot should be divisible by coil sides per slot. Here the conductor per slot equal to 30 and coil side per slot equal to 10. Hence 30 is divisible by 10. Therefore, the number of coils should be more than minimum number of coils, because 165 is more than minimum number of coils earlier our calculation. Hence, finally, we have to make the final value of coils as 165. Number of slots equal to 33. Number of coils equal to 165. Conductors per slot equal to 30. After finalizing the values, go for calculation of, once again, calculation of final armature conductors Z. So this should be equal to armature slots into conductors per armature slot, 33 into 30. So finally we are going to get Z equal to 990. It is very close value as compared to earlier part of the design. So lastly we have to estimate number of turns per coil, that total number of turns divided by total number of coils. So total number of turns equal to Z by 2, total conductors divided by 2 divided by total coils. Z by 2 is total turns, C is number of coils. So substitute the value directly. Finally we are going to get 3. So you have to work out the problem as per the examination interest. What is the question paper may be asked, you go up to that. So thank you to one and all.